Hey guys, welcome back to the game room. It is time for another pinball comparison video where I take the best virtual tables and I put them up head to head against the real machine to see how well they fare. Today we're going to be looking at the newly released Metallica version 2.0 by VpinWorkshop. I've got my real Metallica premium machine here in the game room side by side with my virtual cabinet, both loaded up ready to go. Let's see, we are live. Now at first glance you might not be able to tell which is the real machine and which is the virtual table because VpinWorkshop has done such an amazing job on the playfield lighting and the high definition renders. Everything just looks so good. But we're going to be comparing everything here. We're going to look at all the different shots, the physics of the table, compare and contrast the modes, the lighting, multi-ball, try to get to crank it up. You know all that good stuff basically. But spoiler alert, it is pretty damn good. Of course, I'll let you guys be the judge for yourself, so stick around and check it out. Okay, let's check out some simultaneous head-to-head gameplay. I'll try to get the super skill shot here by full plunging it into the scoop. Able to do that on the left, and let's see, and able to do that on the right. Now, if you couldn't tell by now, the real Stern premium machine is on the left-hand side, and the VPW virtual table is on the left, or excuse me, on the right. So here we're going through a little bit of a gameplay, just to show some of the feeds and how the ball reacts on both the tables from the shots. My general strategy here is to go for the electric chair multi-ball, which is the Sparky electric chair straight up the middle. There's a magnet in front of Sparky, so every time you hit him, the magnet will grab the ball and throw it in some random location. You never know what's going to happen. Usually it's something bad, but occasionally the magnet will grab the ball and throw it back at Sparky for a double hit, which is nice, but it's a rare occasion. I'm happy to say that it does happen on the virtual table as well as the real machine, so they've been able to recreate that randomness of the magnet throw very well. Oh, I just got bored by the double in lane on the real machine on the left there. I'm really impressed by how accurate the shot geometry is on the recreation here. Like I can jump on my real machine and then go play the virtual table, and you know, nothing seems off. And the scores are very similar, which is a surprise. I've almost got Sparky qualified, the electric chair qualified on the virtual table here. One more shot. I think it's 9 or 10 shots to qualify the electric chair multi-ball. And there we go, we got it. Oh, and drained right down the center on the virtual table. As soon as I qualified the multi-ball. So now one more hit, the magnet will grab the ball and we'll start the multi-ball on the virtual table here on the left, or right, excuse me. Almost there on the right. A couple more shots needed. So we got it started on the right side, and it's qualified in the left. And one more shot will do it. There we go. They're both started almost exactly at the same time, which is a nice testament to the geometry and the feeds. They're so similar that basically, you know, it takes me the same amount of time. It's because of that damn magnet. The board magnet. Okay, here in electric chair multi-ball, you want to basically shoot the ball back at Sparky to collect your jackpots and shoot some of the other lit shots to build the jackpot value. There also is the add-a-ball by hitting the 4 stand-up Metallica targets and then shooting the snake. That will also start a 2x playfield for 20 seconds while the snake holds onto the ball, which is kind of nice. So if you drain out, you'll still have that one ball kind of in the bank there at the snake. That's the one thing I found. The one major difference between the virtual and the real machine is the snake target is fairly easy to hit on the virtual table, and it can be a pain in the ass on the real machine. You can hit that sucker dead, and just sometimes We'll just get some bricks on the snake. It has to settle perfectly in his mouth for it to stop and register. It'll hit the mouth and kind of bounce out or rattle out, which can be frustrating, but definitely part of the Metallica experience. Okay, looks like I finished up the multi-ball there on the real machine, and we had the add ball, so we had one ball sitting in the snake's mouth for that 20-second duration. And then let's see, well, we beefed, and it looks like a double drain on the virtual table. All right, there's a little look at the electric chair multi-ball. Now we're going to move on to the next one, which is, I believe, grave marker multi-ball. So we'll do a little bit of gameplay on grave marker. The basic strategy is to knock down all the inline drop targets there, the 3 in a row, on the same ball, and then shoot the ball back to the magnet, which will lock the ball and start the grave marker. The shot is particularly dangerous off the right flipper, because sometimes you can hit that drop target square and it will just go, because of the trajectory angle, it'll go right down the center, right between your flippers, screaming. So it's always better to try to backhand it off the left. As you can see, that's the general strategy I'm trying to do on both machines here, is get control of the ball on the left flipper and then backhand it up to the drop targets. It's very pretty, or not 100% safe return, but a lot safer than forehanding it off the right. So there we go, we got it qualified on the virtual machine. So I did the post pass and then trying to backhand it up there. Now we got it qualified on the real machine as well. And it looks like we're going to be starting it just like the electric chair multi-ball. We got these started almost at the exact same time, which, like I said, is a testament to how accurate the game plays compared to the real machine. Or I should say how accurate the virtual table is playing. It's the same thing. I'm trying to get the first rule of thumb is you want to get that add a ball, hit your pick targets to get that snake's mouth open, and then shoot it in the snake and get your 2x playfield and a little bit of ball save, and you're add a ball. But your main goal is you want to work towards getting those 4 main playfield inserts above the flippers lit: the grave marker, the electric chair, the casket, and the snake. You do that by either hitting each of those things in the playfield, or hitting the different inserts that are lit that represent those particular targets. It looks like we beefed out on the virtual machine, but we're still rocking and rolling on the real. One thing I could say kind of screwed up on the video is I was using some cheap Logitech webcams to shoot this with. 4 different webcams, all the exact same webcam, but I didn't have the settings dialed in right on the virtual table. You can see the playfield, the blues are a little bit too oversaturated. I had the hue dialed up too much, so during some of the modes where the red GI is flooding the playfield on the real machine, it's not so intense in the video on the virtual table, which is my fault. It looks a lot better if when you have the settings dialed in. Now here's a particular great example, because Casket multi-ball is all red GI. You can see on the real machine it's all just red, and then it's trying on the virtual table, but I just screwed up and had too much blue over the top, so it doesn't look quite as good. But it will look great for you if you download it and don't screw it up, so my apologies. Alright, Casket multi-ball is unique in the game, as it's the only multi-ball mode that you can stack another multi-ball with, which will usually be, most of the time end up being grave marker, just because it's easier to start with the drop targets and during the chaos of a 4-ball multi-ball with the long ball save, especially if you get add a ball. I think that's what happens on both of these ones here. I get grave marker multi-ball started. So it's a mode by the time you get to it, usually deep in ball 2 or 3 during the game, but you can add it can really fluff up your score. I am just shooting around, just staying alive. There we go. Started the grave marker on the virtual. Go with the stack. See, and the light show is so good. You'll know what I mean when you download it and play it. It is amazing. The new techniques that they have for the VPin MAME and they're bringing for the flasher techniques and everything is just, it makes, along with the high definition renders, it's like, wow, really brings the experience up to the next level in virtual, on the virtual table there. I'm just kind of having a nice Casket multiball on the real machine here, just kind of flipping away. It's funny, during these I was shooting the videos for this, I was actually able to make it to the end of the line for the very first time with the final wizard mode on the real machine, and put up a couple billion points, and felt like I finally accomplished something on this game, and having it on video is kind of nice. I found the scores were extremely similar. I think before I got to the wizard mode, it was like 490 on the real machine was my grand champion score, and 480 on the virtual table. But now they're both at like 2.5 billion. Okay, we're gonna check out Fade to Black. It's one of the 4 crank it up mini wizard modes that you need to complete to make it to the final wizard mode end of line. This is basically a switch hit mode. You want to just collect as many of the lit shots. The lit flashing shots have the most value, but everything has some type of value, between usually like 2 million to 500,000. So the whole point is you want to collect the 4 main inserts right there. You can say I already have the electric chair, the casket, and the snakelet. I'm looking for the grave marker. And once you do that, you're able to cash out the mode at the scoop if you so choose. Now the mode will last as long as the song that you selected plays. So it's a really kind of a risk-reward mode type of mode where you could play for the length of the song and build up some crazy value and cash it out, or you could just, you know, get in and get out. Get your point. This is pretty much what I do. I try to get it just a decent amount of points right here and then cash it out. And the best way to do it is play as long as you feel comfortable with, and then hit the fuel, which is the 2 times play field multiplier, and then cash out your jackpot value with that play field multiplier running. So it looks like I took the 18 million and ran on the real machine, and still working over shots here. I've already collected the 4 inserts on the virtual table, so all I have to do, the blue light is indicating at the scoop that I'm ready to cash out. Just have to hit the scoop, basically, off to the right. Trying the rolling backhand, yep. You can do that on the real machine as well. You can do the little backhand flip to get into the scoop. So that's 25 million I collected on the virtual table there. Fairly even. Now we're gonna check out For Whom the Bell Tolls, another one of the 4 crank it up modes. Now in this mode, I believe you wanna shoot for the orbits and the ramps. And that'll do the little bomb animation on the DMD screen there. You have a little bit of ball save when the mode starts, so if you're gonna beef, that's the time to do it. In this mode, it's really made for like ramping out or just shooting loops on the orbit. You can just ramp out, you'll get some really nice value. You can see I'm hitting some ramps on the virtual table there, hitting some orbits. Trying to keep it going. I'm ready to cash out in the real machine, it looks like. Just trying to get ramp out. And there, I just decided to take the 26 million and on the real machine, and that was good enough for me. It looks like, oh, I had Crank It Up lit on the virtual table. I just beefed. Oh, there's a look at some of the different modes and feeds. I'm gonna wrap it up. Well, there you have it. Metallica version 2.0 by VpinWorkshop. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section. How well did it hold up? And big props to the VPW team for getting this out there for us to play for free. Takes a lot of time and effort to make these tables from scratch. And yeah, a whole team spends literally hundreds, maybe thousands of hours on some of these tables to get these out for us to play. So big props to them. Make sure you leave a comment when you go to download it, what you guys think of the table. Give the authors some feedback. If it wasn't for them, none of this would be possible. So thanks to VpinWorkshop, and thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you on the next one.